Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction, where you can find latest album reviews. You can find our band interviews, and you can find live coverage of the concerts that we get. I posted interviews with Forager, High Visions, and Alliteration, so you should definitely go check them out. As well as I did an EP review of Counterparts' new EP, Private Room, so go check that one out as well if you're into melodic hardcore. I'll also be doing an album review of Boston Manor's new record, Welcome to the Neighborhood. I'm hoping to have that out either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll keep posted on the channel and you'll find out of when it's released. And I'm so excited to go see the Tillian show this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if this hurricane doesn't destroy half of New Jersey. But I'm so excited to see them. And speaking about that tour, tonight we're going to be talking about Sunsleep's new EP. I hope to see again with brand new eyes.
The troubles that lie ahead, we dive right in with our heads in the sky.
So I originally found out about this band actually through the Tillian tour. If you are watching this and you haven't gone to the tour and it's gonna hit your city, please go out to it. It's a great lineup. I'm so excited to see Tillian do a lot of his solo work. I don't know if he's done a solo tour prior to this, but I'm super excited for that. Royal Coda is another phenomenal band if you haven't checked them out. And I gotta rep the homies, Andreas. They're the best, so go check them out too. I think this lineup is super stacked, and I'm so excited to see them on Thursday. But as per usual, I'm gonna go through each track, give you my thoughts and opinions on it, go through some pros and cons, and then finish it out with an overall rating. So the first track is called Dive. This one's one of my favorites, digging the sort of more electronic influence of this track. And it kind of has that sort of vibe throughout the entire song. Instrumentally, it reminds me a lot of Paris. So if you dig a lot of like the white noise, even kind of the newer stuff as well, you'll definitely dig this band for sure. I think vocally, it kind of rides the line between Elliot of Good Tiger as well as Lucas from Artifacts Perea, which are two personal favorite vocalists of mine. While maybe Artifacts is kind of on a little bit of a hiatus, I know that Good Tiger is definitely picking up, and I love that this guy has more of a like soulful R&B vibe. I feel like it really kind of sticks out in this type of songwriting, which I absolutely dig. Speaking about the vocals, I feel like they take the reins of this track. It really feels like a vocal focused track, and it really kind of breaks up around the bridge part, which is definitely nice. But the vocals are so good in this track, and I don't mind listening to them at all. I think it is a good opener track. It definitely gives you a flavor for what the rest of the band or the rest of this EP is going to sound like, and I am curious to hear what it's going to sound like live, so I'm really excited for that. But let me just tell you, falsettos for days, it's just like, hot damn, this guy's killing it. And I think it's just, again, a phenomenal opener track. So we're gonna move into track number 2, which is Thicker Skin. This one is one of my favorites as well, as you're noticing a trend. The ambience in this song is really nice so far. I like that they really kind of add a nice depth to the track, and I think collectively through this EP it's really kind of that like underlying note in a lot of these tracks, which is really cool. This one has more of a rock feel to it, which is definitely cool. It almost has an alternative feel to it as well. Especially in the chorus, I feel like it really kind of kicks into drive at that point. And I just like that this one has a little bit more character. It has a little bit more bite to it. And I felt like Dive was, I wouldn't even say reserved, because I definitely like it, but I just liked a little bit more of that just aggression, a little bit more, like there's just a little bit more to the song, and I think that is really cool. Vocally, I think it's solid. Like I said previously in Dive, I think their vocalist is super good, and I like that it really kind of builds off of what the previous track Dive did. It has that sort of melodic ambient vibe, but also kind of getting into that more heavier alternative rock sort of vibe of the EP. So we're gonna move it into track number 3. I don't know why I held up 2. I guess I can't count, but track number 3 is called Haze. This one is another favorite of mine as well, and as I was mentioning earlier, this one has a very R&B soulfulish influence to it, and I'm liking the combination with the vocals and the instrumentation. I think that it feels super cohesive, and it really delivers on really keeping the track interesting, as well as just the vocals really kind of having that sultry sort of smooth vibe to it that I feel like a lot of vocalists shy away from, especially I would say in this sort of genre. So I'm really excited that there's just something different going on with them, and I like it. Just digging the overall groove and vibe of this track. It's, again, I think it's a sleeper track, but what they really did in this one works, and it's just, I don't know, there's just something about it that really makes it smooth, and I dig that a lot. So we're gonna move into track number 4, which is Falling Out of Place. As I mentioned before, another favorite of mine, but this one hits all the right cylinders. I feel like this one is probably one of the best tracks off their EP. I think even more so than the other 3 that I had mentioned, and the one at the end, Don't Wake Me. I think they just really kind of found the pieces of the puzzle and really put them together. The verses play off of the more softer, subtleness of the verses, while the choruses, have that sort of heavier impact. There's just a little bit more of a punch to it, and I feel like that was something that I was missing. I got little hints of it in Thicker Skin, but this one really kind of culminates super well, and I definitely dig the sort of melodic runs that the vocalist is doing in the verses. It really kind of, amplifies and just really shows how good of a vocalist he is, and I think that that's sick. Also, I found that they found a nice balance between just having those heavier moments, but also having those sort of soft, more subtle moments in the track. I think it's a really well constructed track, and I think everything about it just works. It just completely and utterly works. So we're gonna move into the last track number 5, which is Don't Wake Me, another favorite. I think this whole EP is just phenomenal from front to back, and I think this one also culminates a lot of the best elements of Sunsleep. The instrumentals have this really cool space and ambience to it, again playing off that sort of Paris vibe, and even kind of more like modern, or most recently the I the Mighty record has that sort of electronic vibe to it, because I can definitely feel that sort of influence as well, and I dig that too. I think that the verses have this really cool space and come together super well in the chorus as well. I think the structure of the tracks, especially the last 2, are really, really well put together, and I really can't find any flaws in them. The vocals are really impressive. I think more so than any of the previous tracks, maybe excluding, I'd probably say Haze might be a very close second, but vocally this track kind of hits all the gambits. It has, that mid-range singing, it's got some of that high singing, and then it's got that piece de resistance falsetto, and I think that he really does some great runs in this track. There's a nice amount of moments of just kind of really belting out, but not going like insane. It's very tasteful, while there's some really great melodic runs, as I mentioned previously in this track, and I think that is a great closer song to finish out this EP. While it being only 5 tracks, I think that it really takes you for a journey, and I appreciate this sort of larger vision that's going on in this EP. So some pros and cons that I have about it. Pros, I think vocally A+, baby. I think that really what they're doing vocally is just so cool. I know that it may not seem like the most extravagant thing. He may not be doing like Whitney Houston-esque runs, but first of all, Whitney Houston, come on, we can't. She's like God tier. But anyway, getting back to their vocalist, I think that he just kind of finds that way of like hitting that like mid-level super well, and then just that falsetto is so clean. It's like, drinking a like refreshing cup of ice cold water. It's just that it just goes down smooth, and I love it. Instrumentation wise, I think it really has that balance of ambience, but it also has a nice hard edge, especially in tracks like Thicker Skin and Don't Wake Me. I feel like those tracks have more of that aggressive tonality, while tracks like Dive and maybe Haze have more of that melodic, that sort of R&B soul vibe, which I appreciate. And then structurally, I think it really works with the overall vibes that they're going for. But this record or EP isn't without their cons. I think that some song can have that sort of samey quality to it. obviously including a lot of, electronics. The instrumentals have sort of a similar vibe. Tempo-wise, it's kind of similar too. So I could understand for somebody maybe not as hyped on this release to kind of skip over this EP just because it kind of has that samey sort of sound, and I can totally get that. But I think if you really kind of pay attention to it, each song has a unique quality to it, and some play off more of that R&B vibe, and some play off of more of that alternative rock vibe. So I think there's a nice balance between that, and I think that another con that I have about it is that add a little bit more punch to it. I think that, realistically, I would love to hear some more tempo changes. I'd love to hear some more like faster pace tracks. I'd love to hear some more like punch and grit that I was hearing in Thicker Skin and Don't Wake Me Up. Just that sort of that grittier tonality, and I can hear it in his voice, like in certain parts, and I would love to hear them kind of expand on that. I know that it's only 5 tracks and it's pretty short, but I'd love to hear them do that maybe in a full length or another EP where they kind of go a little bit more in that heavier, but not like stray too far from what they're doing. But overall, I think it is a phenomenal EP from not knowing about this band at all to really kind of come in to love this EP over the past couple days. I think it is a really phenomenal EP, and if you can, go pick it up while they're on tour, and also go see them, because I think that they will put on a phenomenal live show, and I will be getting that whole tour, hopefully, if New Jersey survives. So my overall rating for Sunsleeps, I hope to see again with brand new eyes. I'm going to be giving it a 9.7 out of 10. Please go check the links in the description. Go follow them on social media and follow them on Spotify, because I know that is a big thing. And if you can, like I said, go pick it up. First week sales means a lot to bands, and I'm so excited to get my physical hands on that physical CD. But let me know in the comments if you checked out this band before, if you're excited, have you seen them? Let me know. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on it. Also, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the EP and what your favorite tracks are, so let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this EP review, make sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up. It goes a long way. Thank you guys for your support. I actually made a Patreon page, so if you want to talk in our Discord, I'll be setting that up very soon, and we'll also be releasing a podcast that will be going up on Spotify, Apple Music, all that sort of streaming platforms, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And like I said, my name is Brandon. We hope you got your fix, and we'll be talking with you soon. Deuces. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, of course. If you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.